Britain's public healthcare chief has flagged a rise in crypto trading addiction. And so in this video, we're going to look at how the NHS's boss, Amanda Pritchard, is calling for action now, saying that specialist clinics are seeing a rise in young people with crypto trading addictions. Today's episode is sponsored by Cake Wallet, where you can send, receive, and even exchange your crypto right from within the wallet. Cake Wallet is open source and non-custodial, so you control your own private keys. Available today on iOS, macOS, Android, and Linux. And StealthEX, a privacy-centric crypto exchange which enables you to make crypto-to-crypto exchanges anonymously. Hi everybody, and welcome again back to another episode of Enter Crypto with me, Chris Kenyon. Now in today's video we're going to be talking about crypto addiction and its strain on or potential strain on the National Health Service in the UK. So as always guys, let's jump straight into this article, see what it's about, and then we'll comment after. So the UK's National Health Service's Chief Executive, Amanda Pritchard, is calling on British lawmakers to take action to prevent young people from becoming addicted to crypto trading. Speaking at the ConfedExpo of NHS managers in Manchester on June the 12th, Pritchard said earlier this year the NHS opened its 15th specialist gambling addiction clinic in response to a real and growing social need. As a society, we need to ask, are we okay to just continue picking up the pieces while the methods employed to keep people hooked get ever more sophisticated, she said. Ever more opportunities spring up for younger people to get addicted to gambling, including, as I heard from staff when I visited the National Problem Gambling Clinic earlier this year, on unregulated crypto markets. The Times reported Pritchard later said the addictive habit sees people investing their own money in something with no fixed value, with the NHS left to pick up the pieces, and this growing problem could create further demand for the health service. She told conference goers that questions need to be asked about what we want the NHS to do with finite resources. Will we tackle problems at source, or do we accept the NHS becomes an expensive safety net, she added. In June last year, King Charles passed laws to regulate crypto under the same rules as other financial services, and the UK Treasury in July 2023 rejected a May proposal from lawmakers to regulate crypto retail trading the same as gambling, with the Treasury instead wanting to regulate it as a financial service. Economic Secretary Bima Falami said in April that more laws are coming which will bring operating an exchange, taking custody of customer assets and other things will come within the regulatory perimeter for the first time. Many crypto users may be drawn to high-risk tokens in the hopes of big gains. Meme coins have recently become popular again, despite many marketing themselves as having no backing value. Decentralized crypto exchanges offer users the ability to place highly leveraged bets on the price direction of tokens, which often sees millions in liquidations when bets go wrong, and the online decentralized and always-on crypto space has also seen a rise in crypto gambling platforms. One platform, Polymarket, has seen its value locked reach nearly $29 million, and according to DeFi Llama, it offers bets on a host of events, including sports and election outcomes, but also niche bets, including a market for whether Elon Musk will ban Apple devices at his companies. On June the 11th, Australia banned crypto and credit card use for online gambling platforms, bringing the rules level with offline gambling platforms. And so there's really two major things to be looking at here, and that is, what are the impact on the what is the impact on the health service, and also what is the impact on crypto users? Is this gambling? And so let's just focus on the health service to begin with, and she's basically making the argument that there is going to be, or is increasingly so even now, an increased demand for mental health services related to what she's calling it, crypto gambling, and as we get more and more individuals becoming addicted to this is what she would argue to high-risk crypto trading and gambling, the NHS will likely see a rise in the number of people who are seeking help for addiction, And so this had put a big strain on existing mental health services, which would in turn would then require the NHS to allocate more resources, which she would argue we haven't got, and a lot of people would argue that the NHS hasn't got. And they would have to now allocate more of that to addiction treatment, counselling services, that type of thing. And apart from the gambling as well itself, as she's calling it, you will also have, just because of the nature of the volatility and unpredictability of crypto, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, and these high levels of stress and anxiety amongst users could further increase demand for mental health services. Just on its own, that could trigger something else. So if we do see, rising addiction cases, then the NHS will probably have to, if they don't get any more money from the government, which they probably won't, they'll have to divert resources from other areas to cope with increased demand for addiction treatment services. And this will end up, I have no doubt, leading to longer waiting times and reduced availability for other sort of critical health services. And the other thing is that addiction, the cost of care for addiction is really expensive. It's really costly for the NHS to treat people that are addicted to various things, whether it be substances like drug abuse, solvents, alcohol, crypto. It can be, addiction is really expensive for them. So they're going to have more or significant financial burdens because of this, because they're going to need, or they may need, specialised clinics. They're going to need extra training for healthcare providers and other sort of long-term support, which you have to do for people who are addicted to things. So it's going to be very, very expensive. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is the impact on crypto users in general. Now, the first thing we probably should be talking about is what leads to this sort of mental health problems. It's usually not financial gain because there's not a lot to be upset about if you're obviously winning, but it's when you get obviously financial losses. And the issue with crypto is that some of them are high-risk investments. I don't agree that crypto is a high-risk sector. It's just my own personal opinion. Of course, there's many people out there that think that it is. The media certainly thinks it is because they say it enough. But it does mean that some cryptocurrencies attract a particular type of user that like high-risk tokens or leveraged bets, high leverage bets. Obviously, there's massive risk there, and you can suffer substantial financial loss if you're not careful, or at the very least, financial instability, shall we say. And what follows that would be hardship, and that can affect your overall well-being and mental health on its own. And if things get really bad and you can't stop or you don't stop, then you can have start doing silly things like getting into debt. You end up having to go, file for bankruptcy, which is, worst case scenario. Financially, I don't mean mental health wise, not the worst case scenario. But, financial losses from crypto investments or risky crypto investments can end up leading to debt if you're not careful about it. And then, as I say, in extreme cases, bankruptcy. So, financial stress is a real thing. Obviously, we all know that, and it can have a profound negative effect on individual, people. And this is not crypto specific. This can be with anything. If you can't pay your bills, for example, you're not going to be doing. You're going to be stressed, aren't you? Obviously. And there's actually something, there's a broader societal impact as well when stuff like this goes wrong, or we start getting a reputation also for being, basically gamblers. And so there's public health concerns, there's a broader societal impact of increased crypto trading and gambling as well, because people do actually gamble with crypto, in casinos, online casinos. And that can also lead to public health concerns for people within the UK, which could then, you could make the argument that you have more individuals requiring medical and psychological assistance. If crypto gets big, if it keeps growing like it has, then you may even see an economic impact. So we could, a bit like a ripple effect, where we'd have widespread financial instability due to some crypto related losses, and we can have, as I say, like that ripple effect that goes across a lot of people, and we see a lot of people being affected all at once. Like it could, affect employment, productivity, and just overall economic health. If it gets bigger, we're definitely not at that stage now, but it's just something to think about in the future. If something goes wrong, and lots of people lose money all of a sudden, I'm sure we're going to see a spike in people needing help in mental health. So, to conclude, do I think that crypto is high risk? It can be. It all depends on your behaviour within it. I don't see Bitcoin as high risk. There are certainly a lot of coins out there that are. And as I always say, do your own research. But losses in crypto are the same as losses in anything. Whether you're into property, whether it's your own business, whether it's if you lose savings, if you lose anything, it's going to affect you, and it can trigger and lead you down needing mental health, having mental health problems. So I don't class crypto as gambling. It's not. Gambling is gambling. Crypto is investment. And the government actually agrees with me here, because they're not going to regulate it as gambling. They've already said that they're going to actually regulate it as a financial sector, or as financial services. So that's what I've got for you today, guys. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on that notifications bell so that you don't miss out on any future updates. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care.